Hey there, how's it going? Cat up here. In the 5th edition of the Eberron campaign setting for Dungeons & Dragons, the Dragonborn are barely an entry in the races section other than stating that they have the same stats as those found in the player's handbook, and that they are rarely found in the continent of Corvair except in small pockets in Kabara, where most of the people that encounter them think they're nothing more than a sort of exotic lizard folk. With all that said, there's more information on them if we delve a little deeper into previous editions and other sources of information. So let's jump right into how to play Trogdor in Eberron. Let's start with the creation of the Dragonborn. Where did they come from? How were they created? And why won't Wizards of the Coast officially give them tails despite everyone drawing them with tails anyways? The Dragonborn, or Drakatha as they're known in the Draconic tongue, are an ancient species that have long lived with the dragons in Argonesson. They have the same range of body types as that of a human for height and weight, and have much the same lifespan as a human in normal D&D canon. Although to be frank, in most home games I've seen these lives extended to be at least closer to that of elves or longer. Dragonborn have a normal humanoid body appearance, the same number of limbs as a human. Officially they have no tail, but I think we can all just safely ignore that fact. Unlike Dragonborn of other settings, the color of their scales do not necessarily match what their abilities are and are much more likely to match what clan they belong to. Like the Stormhorn clan, which are mostly blue in color but may have a variety of breath weapons from lightning to cold, or the Wu-Tang clan, which are all black in color and drop some pretty sick beats. Dragonborn live in and create independent city-states deep within the jungles of Argonesson, ruled by the Dragon Kings, or Drakamaki, whatever. They're dragons. These Dragon Kings are worshipped as living gods in each city-state. The Dragon Kings focus on studying the Draconic prophecy while keeping the Dragonborn, I don't want to say oppressed, but I'm going to say oppressed. The Dragon Kings rule with ultimate power and keep the Dragonborn in a relatively simple life with little leeway to advance as a society. The city-states are largely peaceful with each other, although some socio-political conflicts have arisen for trade disputes, raw resources, and who is the best pop star idol. As with anything, there are exceptions where conflict is broken out. In one particular case, the city of Rav Magar was presumed to have weapons of mass destruction, even though none were actually found. Wrong story. The city-state of Rav Magar was run by an undead dragon king named Malathar. He had evil aspirations and a bloodthirsty attitude that just wanted to make Argonesson great again. Malathar ordered attacks on the city-state of Rav Dolor, allied himself some of the enemies of Argonesson that resided in Corvair, and ate all of the best chocolates out of those mixed chocolate boxes, only leaving the orange-filled ones that taste a little like cleaning paste from your dentist. Yeah, he was kind of a dick. Malathar went full supervillain and tried to use the Draconic prophecy to, well, I'm not entirely sure, but it was a big no-no, whatever it was. Some heroes, including Gavin managed to obliterate Malathar with the word of creation, leaving the militant city-state of Rav Dolor without a ruler. After about 14,000 years, a group of Dragonborn explorers followed the black dragon known as Rashak and left Argonesson. They landed on the shores of Corvair in what is now known today as Kabara. One of the goals of Rashak was to get his Dragonborn people to guard an ancient fiendish temple to protect the world against that evil. The Dragonborn civilization in Kabara flourished and grew. It conquered and annexed groups of kobold and lizard folk in the area as it spread. It even managed to spread into the Blade Desert and the Talenta Plains. The fiendish entity and its forces that the Dragonborn were guarding escaped. There was a great fight, and although the fiend was eventually banished back to Khyber, the small Dragonborn Empire suffered great damage, and its dragon leader was hurt and eventually corrupted by the evil that had been released so that he abandoned his own people. The Dragonborn Empire in Corvair then fell. As the millennia flew by, many of the Dragonborn of Kabara forgot their history and do not even remember that their people came from a distant land. They now live in small, fragmented groups deep in the jungles of Kabara, sometimes even mixing society with kobolds and lizard folk of the area. The Dragonborn of Corvair are a rare group of people that almost never leave their jungles. part of the reason that almost no one in Corvair know what a Dragonborn really is. As a neat side note, as a race, Dragonborn are often taught to fight with what are known as wing spears or tratnir, which looks kind of like a shorter ransurer that is meant to be thrown as well as used in melee. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about the Dragonborn for your Eberron games. If I find out more information on them, maybe I'll do a follow-up video. Have a good one, eh?